I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
Brittany was looking towards the future. She wanted to get her career back on track, and she was also looking to have a baby.
Ever wondered what really happened to Brittany Murphy? Prepare to be shocked. This isn't your grandma's Hollywood story. This is a twisted tale of paranoia, powerful people, and a mystery that's deeper than a celebrity swimming pool. Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into a conspiracy that'll leave you speechless.
Hollywood is mourning the loss of Brittany Murphy this morning. The 32-year-old actress Sunday, from what officials say, appear to be natural causes. An autopsy is planned, reportedly against the wishes of her husband.
Brittany Murphy, a name synonymous with 90s and early 2000s teen flicks, a vibrant young actress with a career that was just taking off. Then, poof, gone. At just 32, she collapsed in her bathroom, a tragic end that left the world reeling. The official story: pneumonia, anemia, and a cocktail of over-the-counter medications. Sounds pretty cut and dry, right? Wrong. This is Hollywood, baby, and things are rarely as simple as they seem. A new HBO Max documentary, What Happened, Brittany Murphy, is about to blow the lid off this whole thing. Prepare for some seriously chilling revelations about the actress's final years filled with escalating paranoia and whispers of a sinister plot. And it's not just Brittany's story. This rabbit hole goes far deeper, connecting her tragic fate to one of the biggest names in hip-hop, Sean Diddy Combs. The Diddy scandal, as it's become known, has taken some seriously dark turns. We're not just talking about allegations of inappropriate behavior. We're talking about whispers of a pattern of silencing those who knew too much. And suddenly, Brittany Murphy's name is right in the middle of it all. New witnesses are coming forward, allegedly linking Diddy and even Ashton Kutcher, Brittany's former boyfriend, to her untimely passing.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment, as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Think about it. Brittany and Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, both young, both with pneumonia listed as the cause of their passing. The similarities are unsettling, especially considering their shared connection to Diddy. It's enough to make anyone question if there's more to these stories than meets the eye. Diddy's been linked to some seriously shady stuff over the years, from rumors surrounding the passing of iconic rappers Shakur and Biggie to alleged attempts to sabotage relationships. But the Brittany Murphy connection, that's a whole new level of intrigue.
All right. Well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children,
Right.
has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
At first glance, Brittany's passing seemed straightforward. Pneumonia, anemia, some medications. Case closed, right? Think again. The mold theory emerged. Could toxic mold in her Hollywood Hills home have been the culprit? But guess what? No mold was ever found. The official story started to crumble. Brittany's father, Angelo Bertolotti, wasn't buying it. He hired a private investigator, and the results were shocking. Alleged evidence of heavy metal poisoning. The same kind of poisoning, some claim, that's linked to Kim Porter's passing.
The fact that Brittany Murphy died so young and with people in the house who were supposed to be looking out for her, it really got people wondering, how could this have happened? And people just were never satisfied with any of the answers that came out officially, because it made no sense.
This is where things get truly bizarre. Before her passing, Brittany confided in friends, expressing fears that someone was trying to harm her, even suggesting that she was being slowly poisoned. A chilling echo of Kim Porter's own reported anxieties about her safety. And then, just months after Brittany's passing, her husband, Simon Monjack, also passed away under eerily similar circumstances: pneumonia and anemia. Seriously, what are the odds? It's a pattern that's hard to ignore. It makes you wonder what was really happening behind closed doors.
A hospital spokeswoman has confirmed tonight that the Hollywood actress Brittany Murphy has died at the age of 32. The Los Angeles Fire Department told the website TMZ that an emergency call was made from a home in Los Angeles at 8 o'clock this morning after the actress went into full cardiac arrest.
The coincidences are piling up, and people are starting to connect the dots. For years, there have been whispers and suspicions surrounding Brittany's passing. Now, with new information emerging, those whispers are turning into a roar. And the bizarre connection between Diddy and Ashton Kutcher? That's a whole other layer to this twisted onion.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoe have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there,
Ashton and Diddy have been close for years. And remember, Ashton dated Brittany, but after her passing, he went strangely quiet. Add that to the rumors linking Ashton to Diddy's infamous parties and the disturbing allegations surrounding them, and you have a recipe for a full-blown conspiracy theory. Brittany was a huge star, beloved by millions. Her life behind the scenes, however, took a dark and tragic turn, culminating in her sudden and mysterious passing at just 32. The mystery still haunts Hollywood to this day. December 20th, 2009. The LA Fire Department responded to a medical emergency at the home Brittany shared with her husband, Simon Monjack. Despite attempts to resuscitate her and a rushed trip to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, Brittany suffered a cardiac arrest. The initial reports pointed to pneumonia, anemia, and the presence of medications. But there were inconsistencies, questions that remained unanswered, questions that fueled speculation and suspicion.
So Brittany went into the bathroom at approximately 7:30 a.m. And about 30 minutes later, Sharon went looking for her and found her in the master bathroom on the floor next to her dog bed, and she was passed out.
The situation only grew stranger with Simon Monjack's passing just months later, under eerily similar circumstances. Simon, interestingly, initially opposed an autopsy for Brittany, though legally he couldn't prevent it. The LA County Coroner's Office proceeded, and a few months later, the official report was released. Accidental passing, pneumonia, anemia, and multiple substance intoxication listed as contributing factors. But the coroner spokesperson, Craig Harvey, initially refused to elaborate on the specifics of those substances. A strange move, wouldn't you say?
It looked like and they were putting tubes in her throat and trying to resuscitate her with paddles. And then her husband was here just wandering around and in his pajama bottoms, just looking completely dazed and shocked.
Simon, meanwhile, vehemently denied that Brittany had taken anything dangerous. In an interview with People magazine, he claimed she was on herbal remedies that wouldn't speed up her heart. There was nothing here that could endanger her, just some prescription meds for her time of the month and cough syrup. That's it. A statement that many found unconvincing, given the circumstances. Brittany's mother, Sharon, echoed Simon's claims, stating that Brittany didn't use illegal substances or even consume intoxicating beverages. She initially suspected an undiagnosed heart condition might have played a role, but then came the chilling revelations. Brittany had been complaining for weeks about feeling unwell, even telling people she suspected she was being poisoned. Sharon later admitted that Brittany had become paranoid, fearing someone was trying to harm her. And get this, Brittany's home was equipped with CCTV cameras and fingerprint recognition locks, clear signs that she was living in fear.
The final results will be pending toxicology and further tests.
The mold theory, initially gaining traction, was later debunked. Both Simon and Sharon suggested toxic mold could have been a factor, but a pathologist, Dr. Richard Shepard, dismissed this entirely, stating that the autopsy showed no fungi in Brittany's bloodstream or lungs. Yet, the refusal by Simon and Sharon to allow testing for mold remains a huge red flag. Why block an inspection if you truly believed mold was the issue? It doesn't add up, but Brittany's fear of poisoning? That's a huge, glaring red flag.
5 months after Brittany Murphy died, Simon became ill. And he was experiencing the same symptoms as Brittany Murphy. And he...
In her final months, Brittany's behavior reportedly changed dramatically. She became increasingly paranoid, avoiding food and beverages from certain sources, fearing contamination. She confided in close friends, expressing her belief that powerful figures in Hollywood were watching her, that they had malicious intentions. And then there's Simon Monjack, a man shrouded in controversy. Much older than Brittany, they met when she was just 17. He had a reputation for questionable dealings, including allegations of financial impropriety. Many of Brittany's friends believed he was taking advantage of her. Their relationship was riddled with red flags, raising serious questions about Simon's potential role in the mystery surrounding Brittany's passing.
I've never seen a case where a young wife and 5 months later, a youngish husband died, basically from the same underlying factors.
The HBO documentary, What Happened, Brittany Murphy, paints a damning picture of Monjack, portraying him as a con artist who significantly contributed to Brittany's demise. Actress Kathy Najimy, a friend of Brittany's, appears in the documentary stating, during a little dip she was having, he came along, and I think that's where her judgment was muddled, and she became prey. We all were scared and freaked out like, who was this guy? Najimy also reveals that Monjack made outlandish claims about his past relationships, all of which were later proven to be fabrications. The mold theory dismissed, attention turned to something far more sinister. Years after Brittany's passing, her father, Angelo Bertolotti, commissioned independent testing on a sample of her hair. The results were chilling. High levels of heavy metals, far exceeding normal levels, metals typically found in rodenticides or insecticides. Angelo publicly stated his belief that his daughter had been intentionally poisoned. But why wasn't this detected in the initial autopsy? Experts explained that the coroner's office wouldn't typically test for heavy metals unless poisoning was specifically suspected. However, Brittany's expressed fears of poisoning should have prompted such testing. The failure to do so, coupled with the refusal to test for mold and the suspicious behavior of Sharon and Simon, strongly suggests a possible cover-up.
We had a very tight work schedule, and everyone...
17 days.
It was very quick, so we just were professional and worked quickly and efficiently. And
Sharon's behavior after Brittany's passing also raised eyebrows. Living with Brittany and Simon, she was incredibly close to her daughter. Yet, after Brittany's passing, rumors circulated about a concerning closeness between Sharon and Simon, fueling speculation about their potential involvement in a cover-up. Adding to the mystery, after Simon's passing, Sharon quickly sold the Hollywood Hills home and ceased promoting the mold theory she had previously championed. It leaves one wondering, why wouldn't a grieving mother demand a more thorough investigation into her daughter's suspicious passing, especially given the numerous red flags? Some speculate that Sharon and Simon might have been involved in concealing the truth. But what about the powerful Hollywood figures Brittany feared? Some sources claim Brittany was blacklisted for refusing to participate in certain unsavory Hollywood practices allegedly linked to Diddy's infamous gatherings.
And it was filmed on the same lot as Psycho. How was that? How did that come into play? Did anything eerie happen?
not that I can recall at all.
And now, we arrive at the heart of the matter, Diddy's alleged involvement. Brittany's connection to these circles is believed to have stemmed from her relationship with Ashton Kutcher, one of Diddy's closest associates. Brittany and Ashton began dating in late 2002 after meeting on the set of Just Married. Could this be where Brittany's troubles began? The connections between Brittany, Diddy, and Ashton are undeniably intriguing, and raise many unanswered questions. Brittany and Ashton's relationship, though short-lived, lasting only about 5 months, was marked by rumors of an engagement, fueled by sightings of them wearing matching rings. The relationship allegedly ended due to Ashton's infidelity with Demi Moore, another rumored attendee at Diddy's gatherings, allegedly being involved.
And the only person that really put their hands on women really is men who have feminine traits. So, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. So, a man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. You can do, it's so many different things that you can do other than get upset, put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man.
The timing of Ashton and Demi's public relationship, immediately following Ashton and Brittany's split, is highly suspicious. But the story takes a far darker turn with recent allegations suggesting Brittany, much like Kim Porter may have uncovered incriminating information about Diddy and Ashton's activities. Anonymous sources have reportedly contacted authorities claiming Brittany discovered disturbing details about Diddy and Ashton's alleged behavior at these gatherings, details involving deeply troubling acts. It's rumored that Brittany began to question Ashton's close ties to Diddy before her passing.
It was all, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity. So when you see someone doing that, you can imagine everything else they do.
And then there's the chilling coincidence of Simon's passing just 5 months after Brittany's, under almost identical circumstances, pneumonia and anemia. With the mold theory debunked, attention shifted to something far more sinister. Years later, Brittany's father, Angelo Bertolotti, commissioned an independent lab to analyze a sample of Brittany's hair. The results were horrifying. Extraordinarily high levels of heavy metals, far beyond what's considered normal, the kind typically found in rodenticides. Angelo didn't mince words. He believed his daughter had been intentionally poisoned. But why wasn't this discovered in the initial autopsy? Experts explained that the coroner's office wouldn't routinely test for heavy metals unless poisoning was specifically suspected. Yet Brittany's repeated expressions of fear about being poisoned should have triggered such a test. The failure to do so, combined with the refusal to test for mold and the suspicious actions of Sharon and Simon, strongly suggests a potential cover-up.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name bad boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? He never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that name. Not yet.
The timing of these events is crucial. Brittany's escalating paranoia, her fears of being poisoned, her husband's suspicious behavior, the unexplained heavy metals in her hair. It all points towards a darker narrative than the official story suggests. The fact that Simon, too, passed away under similar circumstances only deepens the mystery. Was it a tragic coincidence or something far more sinister? The similarities between Brittany's case and Kim Porter's are striking, and both women's connections to Diddy cannot be ignored. This isn't just about two tragic passings. It's about a pattern, a potential web of connections that reaches into the highest echelons of Hollywood. And let's not forget Ashton Kutcher's role in all this. His close friendship with Diddy, his past relationship with Brittany, his silence following her passing. It all adds to the intrigue. The rumors linking Ashton to Diddy's gatherings and the disturbing allegations surrounding them paint a picture that's far from innocent. Did Ashton know more than he's letting on? Was he involved in any way? These are questions that demand answers. The alleged discovery of incriminating information by Brittany about Diddy and Ashton's activities only further fuels speculation about a potential motive for silencing her. Was Brittany's fear of powerful Hollywood figures justified? Was she targeted because she knew too much? These are the questions that keep fans and investigators alike awake at night.
I think it's to be expected, just the shock of this and the questions about what is ahead of us. I mean, how long is he going to be in custody? Is this an R. Kelly situation? Is he going to not get out for a number of years? Is he going to end up serving a long-term prison sentence from this? Or does he have a chance of beating these charges at a trial that could come?
The more we delve into the story, the more complex and disturbing it becomes. The official narratives surrounding both Brittany Murphy's and Kim Porter's passings seem increasingly inadequate in the face of the mounting evidence. The heavy metal poisoning, the suspicious behavior of those closest to Brittany, the eerie similarities to Kim Porter's case, and the alleged connections to Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. It's a tangled web of intrigue that begs for further investigation. This isn't just a Hollywood mystery. It's a potential scandal of epic proportions, one that could expose a dark underbelly of power, influence, and perhaps even something far more sinister. The official reports may have closed the books on these cases, but the questions remain, lingering like a persistent whisper in the corridors of Hollywood. The truth, it seems, is far more elusive and far more elusive and far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined.
It's a question of that, but when you read through the indictment, it's pretty clear who could be indicted as a co-conspirator. Right now, there are people in the indictment who would be considered unnamed co-conspirators, but clearly have played a role in this conspiracy. And I think prosecutors have some big leverage on them because they're hoping that they testify against Diddy as prosecution witnesses.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've barely scratched the surface of this complex and disturbing story. The connections between Brittany Murphy, Kim Porter, Diddy, and Ashton Kutcher are undeniable, and the unanswered questions surrounding their passing are numerous. The more we dig, the more unsettling the truth seems to become. Was it a tragic coincidence or something far more sinister? The similarities between the two cases are too striking to ignore. The heavy metal poisoning, the suspicious behavior of those close to Brittany, the eerie parallels with Kim Porter's situation, and the alleged ties to Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. It all points towards a narrative far more complex and unsettling than the official explanation suggests.
We are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
The official reports may have concluded these cases, but the questions remain, a persistent echo in the halls of Hollywood. The truth, it seems, is far more elusive and far more disturbing than anyone could have anticipated. This is a story that demands further investigation, a story that continues to unfold, revealing new layers of complexity and intrigue with each passing day. The answers, if they exist, are hidden somewhere in the shadows, waiting to be brought to light. And that, our friends, is what makes this story so captivating and so terrifying.
Said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Further fueling speculation about a potential cover-up is the reported involvement of a prominent Hollywood lawyer known for representing high-profile clients in the aftermath of Brittany Murphy's passing. This lawyer, whose name has not been publicly released to protect their privacy, allegedly advised Simon Monjack on legal strategies following Brittany's untimely demise. Some believe this lawyer's involvement may have played a significant role in shaping the official narrative and potentially hindering a more thorough investigation. The lawyer's reputation for aggressive legal tactics and their close ties to powerful figures in the entertainment industry only add to the suspicion that a deliberate effort was made to suppress potentially incriminating information. The lawyer's silence on the matter, despite the growing evidence of foul play, is particularly telling. Adding to the mystery is the recent emergence of previously unseen photographs from Brittany Murphy's final weeks. These images, obtained by an anonymous source and shared with a select group of investigators, reportedly depict Brittany appearing noticeably unwell and exhibiting signs of distress. The photographs, which are said to show unexplained bruising and a marked deterioration in her physical condition, contradict the official narrative of a relatively straightforward illness. These images, if authenticated, could provide crucial evidence supporting the theory of foul play and potentially shed light on the nature of the alleged poisoning. The source's anonymity, however, presents challenges in verifying the authenticity of the photographs and their potential evidentiary value.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
The Brittany Murphy case highlights a broader issue within the entertainment industry, the vulnerability of young, ambitious actors and actresses to exploitation and manipulation. Murphy's reported fears of being targeted, coupled with the alleged involvement of powerful figures in her life, underscore the systemic pressures and potential dangers faced by those navigating the treacherous waters of Hollywood. The lack of adequate protection for vulnerable individuals within the industry, combined with the pervasive culture of secrecy and the immense power wielded by certain individuals, creates an environment ripe for abuse and exploitation. Murphy's story serves as a chilling reminder of the human cost of ambition and the importance of safeguarding those who are most at risk. So, what do you think really happened? Let's discuss in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy celebrity gossip. Until next time, stay curious.